Hey, Shane from HowToWrench.com, and I'm going to kind of go over a couple different things that I do in this video. This is really how to use a tool and how to maximize your testing results. But some of you have made comments in some of my carb videos saying, hey, I remember that cool carb stand I've seen you use. Where can you get it? I'm going to look and see if I can find it, put links below. But this used to be available from a company called K&L Supply, and it comes with all these different Welch plugs or compression adapters, if you will, that you can just thread into the carbs. I've modified mine a little bit by just simple things like adding washers to make it a little more stable. I added a set of rubber O-rings here on the lockdown nut just so I could really fine tune like where I want it. I'll get into more of that in a second here. But what's great about this tool is, like, let's just use these carburetors for example. So a customer watching the videos did everything they could, and they're still getting leaks. They're missing something, whether it's a tool, a skill set, an understanding, whatever. Finally, they're like, you know what, I'm just gonna ship them to you, you fix them. So one of the things I always do is when I get the carburetors, the very first thing I want to do is duplicate their problem. I want to go ahead and test it and make sure that they have, that I'm seeing the same problem that they have. So what I've got here is the ability to put fuel here and then wet test it and actually prove where the leaks are coming from. Now you have to watch all our other videos where we have powder tests and so on to show you how to find those leaks. But what's really rad about this is I can take and verify it, right? But a couple of things I can do is, like, when I have the carburetors on the bench, I can go ahead and I'm ready to work on them. I could go ahead and loosen these screws, and then look at this. I can flip it upside down. I can work on that and do a lot of cool things with it. But some of the other really rad stuff is, let's say you have a carburetor that sits on an intake like this, you know, or sits this way. I could still go ahead. What I do there is I just put like a cooking pan underneath it, those throwaway turkey cooking pans or whatnot you get at the dollar store to catch the fuel. That's another thing I'll do. And then if I have, like I said, one that's inclined, especially like a bunch of the Yamahas or whatnot, what I can do there is I could take and throw like some shims under it, do something like that. If I want to get really particular, I could take an inclinometer and put it on the intake manifold, find that angle, then make it match the carburetor, and then it'd be good to go. So I'd know exactly if I wanted to be that detailed. If I wasn't that detailed, I could just grab a level and copy it that way, so on and so on. But what you gotta do is you gotta test it right so that you get good results. So there's a little better close-up of my testing rig. I'm gonna go ahead and fix these. As always, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make it a great day and keep wrenching, my friends.